Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Welcome everyone to online Bhakti Vriksh class. Today, Saswati Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom from her Mayapur Yatra. So we welcome her and we are blessed to hear from her. Hare Krishna Mataji, we welcome you. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to Narad Pran Prabhuji who has given me this opportunity. So Hare Krishna and Dandavat Pranam to all. We'll start with a small Mangala Charan. Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpathe Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभय एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shiksha Guru His Grace Rupa Vilas Prabhu ji ki jai. Shiksha Guru His Grace Narad Pran Prabhu ji ki jai. Sab ki jai. So I thank all of you who have joined the Katha, because very few joined, and at my request, a few of you have joined, so I'm very happy about it. Thank you so much. So I'll start with the Navadvip Parikrama. So this Navadvip Parikrama that I'll be speaking about is based on my experiences, what I have, because I've participated in the Parikrama, which happened from 18th February till 27th February this year. And also I have taken some of the explanations, and that has been given in the book on the Navadvip Parikrama by His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. So I've referred to his book, and also during the Parikrama, we have attended many kathas and seen dramas and all. So all based on all these informations I've gathered, I have prepared this lecture. I hope you all find this useful. And in future, if you all go for Navadvip Parikrama, then you all can visit all these places and actually enjoy it. Like they say, Vrindavan cannot be seen with the eyes. It should be seen with the ears and the heart. That is, you have to listen to more and more kathas, and that is how you can enjoy Vrindavan. So Navadvip is also the same. It is like we say, it is the new Vrindavan. So Navadvip also, it is full of pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Vrindavan, it is the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, and in Navadvip, it is the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as we know, they are non-different, the same. Okay, so now to start with Navadvip, it is a place in Nadia district in West Bengal. So it is about, it takes about 3 to 4 hours by car to reach there. And there are also buses and trains to go there. Now, as we know, Lord Krishna, he is the creator of everything. Everything, it happens because of his desire. But there is only one exception to it, and that is this Navadvip Dham. Yeah? So this Dham was created by the desire of Srimati Radharani. So in the Ananta Samhita, Lord Shiva has told Parvati this story about why Srimati Radharani had this desire of creating this Navadvip Dham. So the story goes like this, that once when Krishna was enjoying with one of the gopi, name was Viraj, and in the forest groves of Vrindavan, and Radha Rani came to know of it from one of her gopis, and so she hastily, ran to find them. But Krishna, knowing that Radha Rani is coming, he just disappeared from there, and Viraja turned into a river. So then Radha Rani got very thoughtful, and she was just thinking, how can I just, have Krishna to myself, and I can keep him away from this Viraja. And that is why, she gathered all her sakhis between the Ganga and Yamuna river, and she created this beautiful place, with full of trees, creepers, and beautiful flowers. And so the place was, she decorated it very beautifully. And then she began playing the flute in order to attract Krishna. So then Krishna, of course, got attracted, and he came to meet her, and then he realized, the mood of Radharani, and with a very choked voice, full of love, he told her that he would never leave her, and he would also never leave this place which she has created, has been created by her. And he said that the devotees will glorify this place just as they glorify Vrindavan. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has got unlimited forms through which he enjoys unlimited rasas, right? And he exhibits unlimited bhavs. Now there are three main bhavs, okay, that is the emotions, which are Aishwarya bhav, Madhurya bhav, and there is Audarya bhav. Okay, so when the Supreme Personal Godhead is in the form of Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha, that time he is enjoying the Aishwarya Bhav. Now in Golak Vrindavan, Lord Krishna enjoys the Madhurya Bhav. And in this Navadvip Dham, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is enjoying the Audarya Bhav. Now what is it, Audarya? Audarya means magnanimity, generosity, that is overflowing mercy. So by we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say, is Mahavadanya. So he is all merciful. So by this mood of magnanimity, the Lord enables his devotees to possess all the qualities that he himself possesses. Okay. Now Navadvip has got 9 islands. Now during Mahaprabhu's time, these 9 islands were very distinct. Why? Because there were some 16 rivers, and because of their intersection and all, those 9 islands were very distinct. However, those rivers are no longer running, and at the most there are some dry riverbeds and all, and very little water that can be seen. Okay, so now that situation is a little different. Now the 9 islands of Navadvip, they represent an 8-petal lotus flower with the whole, that is Karnika, in the center. Now Antardvip is located at the Karnika of the 8-petaled lotus flower, and so the Antardvip is in the center, and out of the remaining 8 islands, 4 of them are on the eastern side of Ganga, and 5 of them are on the western side of Ganga. So the Ganga is flowing just in the center of Navadvip. Now, the path that has been recommended for the parikrama, it is the same as that which was taken by Nityanand Prabhu with Jiva. So when he was doing the parikrama, the path that was followed is still being followed by us. So we have also followed that path. Just let me tell you that this parikrama which I had gone for was organized by ISKCON Mayapur. And so they kept that same path. So first we went to Antardvip. Okay, just drink some water. So the first island we visited was Antardvip. Now this island, as I said, is situated in the eastern side of the Ganga. Oh, I didn't say this. These 9 islands, they represent one process of devotion is. You know the process of devotion, like there is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedan. So these 9 processes of devotion, now each island represents one process of devotion. Okay. So this Antardvip, this island represents the Atma Nivedan, that is full surrender to the Lord. Now, the first is, why is this island called Antardvip? So the answer is, on this island, Lord Gauranga, he revealed his most confidential desire that was within his heart. Within his heart means Antar, right? Within his heart, and he revealed this to Brahmaji, that he would be descending. In this Navadvip in the mood of Radharani, bhav of Radharani, and with the bodily complexion of Radharani. So that is why this island is called Antardvip, because he has said his Antar, that is heart's desire, he has revealed to Brahmaji here, and so it is called Antardvip. Okay. Now, Antardvip is compared to Gokul Mahavan or Vraj Mandal, where Lord Krishna took bath. Why? Because Yoga Peeth, where Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, is located in this Antardvip. So the places that we visited in Antardvip are, firstly, this Yoga Peeth. Yoga Peeth is the birthplace of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Yoga Peeth is situated at the very center of Mayapur. So we have the ISKCON Mayapur. So once we come out of the main gate and we go right, a little ahead only is Yoga Peeth. It is very close to the ISKCON Mayapur temple. Now here, yoga means connection. And Yoga Peeth means the place where the Lord connects himself to this earth or descends on this earth. This is the home of Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra is the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, another meaning of Yoga Peeth is meeting place. So, at this place, all the associates of the Lord meet with him to participate in his pastimes. Okay, so these are the 2 meanings. Now, in the Yoga Peeth, there is a main temple. The main temple has got 3 altars. Okay, so on the left altar, the deities are Shri Radha Madhav and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. On the central altar, Lord Chaitanya as Gaur Narayan with his 2 wives, that is Vishnu Priya and Lakshmi Priya. And also there is a small 4-armed deity of Adhokshaja Vishnu, holding disc, club, conch shell and lotus, with Lakshmi Devi and Bhudevi on the 2 sides. Now this was the worshipable deity of Jagannath Mishra, that is his father. And on the right altar, there is the Panchatattva, and in the front of them, there is one small Jagannath deity also. Now, there is in that Yoga Peeth, there is a neem tree, which is said to be a cutting of the original neem tree under which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had taken birth. Now, to mark this birthplace, there is a very small this small house next to the tree, which has the deities of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata holding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on her lap. That is there. Acha. Now, And a little away from the place of appearance, there is another small temple which has got two Shivlingas. Okay, one is the Gopeshwara Shiv and the other is Kshetrapal Shiv. Kshetrapal Shiv is the protector of the Dham. Okay, so this is all about Antar. Now, next we come to Shiva's Angan. So, I hope you people know who is Shiva's Thakur. So, Shiva's Thakur, who was Shiva's Thakur? He was only Narad Muni. So, they are all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, this Shiva, next we go to Shiva's Angan, which is the residence of Shiva's Thakur. Now, at Shiva's Angan, Gauranga and his associates had started the Sankirtana movement. And it is the same place where Lord Chaitanya had shown his, six-armed form, that is holding the bow and arrow, then a flute, a water pot, and a danda. So he showed that. And And the main temple here again has got three altars. Okay. On the left altar, there is Shri Radha Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. And the center altar, it depicts the Mahaprakash pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he revealed himself to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there, he is sitting there on the throne. And with Gadadhar Pandit is fanning him with a chamar, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is holding a umbrella over his head. This is in the central one. And on the right altar, the Lord Nityanand and Lord Chaitanya, they're leading all the devotees in the kirtan that went to Chandakazi's palace to protest the ban on Sankirtan. This place is also known as Khol Bhanga Danga. Khol Bhanga Danga, the place where the mridanga was broken. And sometimes they keep that broken mridanga in the right altar. Okay. Now, in that same Shiva's Angan, in the same compound of Shiva's Angan, there are two small temples, one in the left and one in the right. So, the one in the left was of Advait Acharya. Advait Acharya lived, and it houses the deity of Advait Acharya sitting at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. So at this place, he offered prayers. You know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared mainly because of the prayers of Advait Acharya, right? So Advait Acharya, at this place, he was imploring to the Lord to descend. So he would sit on the bank of the Ganga, worship the Shaligram Silas, and beg Krishna to appear. Okay, he taught, then this is the place where he also taught his students Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and out of even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother, who was Vishwarupa, was one of his students. At that time, he had many great Vaishnavas like Srivas Pandit, Haridas Thakur, Murari Gupta. They all would come to hear Advait Acharya speak about Krishna. Now, but then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas and left, that time Advait Acharya also went back to Shantipur, from where he originally is from. Okay, so next we visited the Gadadhar Bhavan. So as I said, in Shiva's Angan, there are two temples. One is where Advait Acharya resided, and the other is Gadadhar Pandit. So they are all associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the same, so this temple houses the deities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit. Okay, and we know that Gadadhar Pandit was the incarnation of Srimati Radharani and a friend of Nimai since childhood. Okay, then there is in Antardweep, there is also a Murari Gupta Prabhuji's temple. Murari Gupta, he was a great devotee of Lord Ram. He was actually the incarnation of Hanumanji. So, therefore, a temple with the deities of Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and Hanuman was installed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Srila Prabhupada here. And then there is also the Chaitanya Mutt in this Antardweep. So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur established this mutt in 1980. he called the area of this compound as for Vrajapatana, okay, which means that the place where Vrindavan is manifested. So there is a Govardhan hill. There's a Govardhan hill in the compound, and next to it is the Radha Kund. And this Radha Kund is non-different from the Radha Kund in Vrindavan. Okay, so this all is there in the inside the Chaitanya Math compound itself. Then there's the Bhajan Kutir of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and also the Samadhi of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada was the spiritual master of our Srila Prabhupada, that is A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And there is also the Samadhi of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was the spiritual guru of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so this is all that is there in the Antardvip. That is, we have finished just one of the Dvip. Anyone has any questions to ask so far? Am I going too fast or too slow? Or is it
Hare Krishna,
okay?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Everything is very fine, Mataji.
The speed is okay? Or should
Yes,
I...
yes. No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, fine. So then we come to the next dweep, that is Simanta Dweep. Okay, this is also on the eastern side of the Ganga, and it represents the process of Shravanam. So Shravanam is the first process we know. No? Hearing is most important, so that why is hearing important? So that our bhakti does not get stagnant, right? One should be very eager to hear, and we know that Parikshit Maharaj is the Acharya for Shravanam. Now, how we should hear? We should hear with faith, that is Shraddha. Then Nityam, that is eternal. There should be regular attendance in Bhagavatam class. Grahana, that is we have to accept it, apply in our life. And then Swacheshtitam, that is put all our effort. Okay. Why is this? Now we'll come to why this island is called Simantadri. So once upon a time, during Satyayug, Lord Shiva started to dance, chanting the holy name of Lord Gauranga. When Parvati inquired with Shiva, why he is dancing, then Lord Shiva told Parvati that she was the plenary portion of Radha, who is the origin of all potency. That is Adi Shakti. Now he informed her that during this Kali Yuga, Lord Krishna will appear in the mode of Radharani and will take birth as Gauranga in Mayapur from the womb of Sachimata. So Lord Gauranga will be distributing the wealth of Prem to all without considering whether a person is qualified or is not qualified. So Shiva left Kashi Dham and he he came to this Mayapur, yeah, and started chanting Gauranga Gauranga. So after hearing this from Mahadev, Parvati immediately came to the Simantadweep. Now she started to chant the holy name of Gaura with great love, meditating on Sri Gauranga. And then after a few days, Lord Gauranga was very pleased, and he appeared before Parvati along with all his associates. Now, when he asked Parvati, why she was here, then Parvati fell at his lotus feet, and she said that you are merciful to everyone except to me. Why? Because you have engaged me for keeping the living entities who are averse to you in the bondage of material existence. So I am engaged in this service, and hence I am deprived of your unlimited prem. People say that where there is Krishna, Maya cannot stay. And as a result of this, I am always distant from you. Oh Lord, how can I see your pastimes? So saying this, Parvati, she took the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord Gauranga and she very eagerly placed it on her head in the Simanta. Simanta is this middle portion of the head. And therefore, this island came to be known as Simanta Dweep. Okay, now the places that we have to visit in Simanta Dweep are, see, there are many places, many pastimes, but I have just picked up the ones we actually visited and which have got nice stories in it. Okay, uh, so first we have first I talk of Simantini Devi Temple. Now, goddess Parvati is worshipped as Simantini Devi. You know why? Because I just now told the story about this Simanta. So in the there's a Sonadanga village. Okay, there is a very small Shiva temple. Now all the parikrama parties, including us, we stopped there to discuss Simantini Devi. Now, although this is believed to be the place of Simantini, but actually there is no temple or deity of her there. Okay, but it is understood that that is her place. Okay? Then there is the Chandakazi Samadhi. So Chandakazi is the incarnation of Kansa in Dwaparyu. Kansa in Dwaparyu has come as Chandakazi. So Chaitanya Prabhu, Mahaprabhu used to address him as uncle. So what happened, this Chandakazi and his people, they stopped the Sankirtana procession, which was led by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu. And they also broke the Mridanga. So, and they asked that all Sankirtan should be stopped in Navadvip. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to boycott it, and he took a huge Sankirtan procession to Chandakazi's house. Now, Chandakazi got very scared. The Chandakazi got very scared and told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he fell at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said that a half lion, a half man appeared in my dream last night, and he has warned me with dire consequences if I stop your Sankirtana. So I will never stop your Sankirtana in future. So of course you all must have guessed who it was. It was Narsimha Dev. So Lord Narsimha, this is how he protects his devotees. So he was the one who threatened Chandakazi, and so after that, Chandakazi, he fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya, the merciful that he is, he gave love of Godhead to Kazi. So here there is the Samadhi of Kazi, and near the Samadhi there are two trees. One is a neem tree and the other is champak flower tree. So representing Nimai and Chandakazi. Okay. Then there in that same Dweep, there is a Jagannath temple. Now the Jagannath temple there, the deity is manifested 500 years ago. But there is a very long story, which is described in the book. I'm not going to go through that entire story. If you want, I can tell you at the end of it. But in 1979, what happened? That aging Pujari, he felt that he could not anymore take care of those deities, and so he consequently donated the temple, the deities and the property to ISKCON on God Purnima Day. So then by the contribution of the various ISKCON devotees, a wonderful temple has been constructed there, which is surrounded by very nice garden and mango groves. Okay. So the other thing that is there in this dweep is Sridhar Angan, which is the residence of Kollavecha Sridhar. Kollavecha means banana vendor. So this area where Sridhar's house is situated. Now the house is not there anymore. But most of the places we have gone, the houses are in very bad condition, or they are not there. But the Leelas tell us that these are the places, and now they are being developed by the various trusts and all. So this area where Sridhar's house is situated, it is non-different from Madhuvan forest of Vrindavan, where Krishna and Balaram had many pastimes with their sakhas. So one of these sakhas was Kusuma Sava Gopala Sakha. So he only appeared as Sridhar in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. After rectifying the Kazi, the Lord, along with his followers, had rested here in this place. So I'll just see whether I've missed out on any place. Yeah, there's another very nice, in fact, a miracle sort of thing. There's a place called Meghera Chara. Megher Chara. Megher means cloud. Megher Chara. So this place is between Belpupur and Shonadaga village. So when once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with all his devotees, was passing through this place on a Nagar Sankirtan, suddenly there was a very dark cloud in the sky. So the devotees were very worried that it would there would be heavy rains and that it would disrupt their Sankirtan. However, the Lord, what he did, he just waved his cloth, asking the clouds to disperse, and immediately the clouds dispersed on the order of the Lord. So this is in that place, Meghechara. Okay, so this is all that is there in this dweep. So we come to the third one, that is Godruma Dweep. So far we have covered Antar Dweep, that was the first one. Then we covered Simanta Dweep. Now we have come to Godruma Dweep. Now, Godruma Dweep, this island is situated again on the eastern side of the Ganga, and it is represented by the process of Kirtana. Now we'll come to why this island is called Godruma Dweep. Now the word Godruma Dweep consists of three words: Go, which means cow, then Druma, which means tree, and Dweep, which means island. So in this island, the Surabhi cow had performed penance under a banyan tree, and hence this island is called Godruma Dweep. So in the Dwapar Yuga, when Krishna had asked the Brajavasis to offer their praise to give their offerings to Govardhan instead of Lord Indra. Lord Indra was very angry, and so what he did, he sent heavy rains in order to trouble the Brajavasis, and that went on for 7 days. And Lord Krishna protected the Brajavasis, we all know, by lifting the Govardhan on the tip of the little finger of his left hand, and that is how he protected. But then Indra realized his mistake. It was out of his pride. He had this pride which made him do all this. And so once he realized his mistake, he fell at the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna, and he got forgiveness. So the most merciful Lord Krishna, he excused Indra from this offense. But then Indra was nevertheless very frightened. Why was he frightened? Because he knew that Krishna is again going to appear in just at the starting of Kali. He's going to appear again in Navadvip, and he did not want to commit further mistakes, because he didn't want to commit any further offenses. So he went to Surabhi cow to seek advice that what is to be done in order to get rid of this offensive nature of mine. So then he asked Surabhi Mata, and then Surabhi cow asked him to go to Navadvip Dham and to worship Nimai. So then Indra and Surabhi, both of them, they came here and they engaged in the worship of Lord Gauranga. And Lord Gauranga manifested himself, exhibiting his most beautiful form, smiling sweetly, and said that I know your desire. Very soon I am going to manifest in Nadia. During this pastime, you will serve here, so if you serve Krishna, you will not get caught by Maya. So he assured them that they would be serving him, and so they would not get caught in Maya. So saying this, Gauranga disappeared. So Surabhi Devi stays there eternally under the banyan tree and constantly serves the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga. And because she is staying there on this island under a banyan tree, it is known as Godruma Dweep. Okay, Go means cow, Druma means tree, and Dweep is island. Okay. So just as in Vrindavan, no? Now, just as in Vrindavan, we visit the places where Lord Krishna has performed, done his pastimes. So similarly, in Navadvip also, we visit all the places where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done his pastimes. So now in Godruma Dweep, what are the places to see? So the first one is very nice. So there is this Amra Ghat, Am Ghat. Yeah. So here Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he performed a miracle of he planted a mango seed and immediately it grew into a big tree full of ripened mangoes. And the devotees immediately plucked about 200 mangoes and then offered them to Lord Krishna. So then this became a daily ritual. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's kirtan, they would have this mango festival, and every devotee would have a mango. And these mangoes were very special, like they did not have any seed or any skin. And one mango would be enough to satisfy one person. Now, this went on every day for 1 year, and the Lord Chaitanya and the devotees, they would enjoy eating this mango. And then at the end of the year, the mango tree disappeared. So this is the place Amghat. Okay, so this was a nice miracle. Okay, next is Suvarna Vihar. So in Suvarna Vihar, this is during Satyayug. Yeah, during Satyayug, there was this King Suvarna who was ruling there. Now, although he had become very old, but he just wouldn't give up all his material activities, and he was very engrossed in his material life. But then once he had this good fortune that Narad Muni came and visited his palace. And then Narad Muni explained him the Tattva Upadesh. Okay. So the key points that Narad Muni explained, he said a lot of things. So I've just picked up the main points. That is material wealth. He explained to the king that material wealth is useless and the cause of all sufferings. The real supreme wealth is transcendental knowledge. To be detached from the material things and attached to the lotus feet of the Lord is everything in one's life. So that involves Sambandh, Abhidaya, and Prayojana. So what is our Sambandh? That is, the Jiva is the eternal servant of Shri Krishna. Without bhakti, everything is destroyed. The tree of bhakti, Bhakti Vriksha, gives the fruit of prema. And that fruit is Prayojana, or the final goal of life. The Krishna prema is the eternal wealth in comparison to which bhukti and mukti are insignificant. Then Narad Muni further told the king that he was very fortunate to have taken birth in Navadvip and that he should try to develop Shraddha by the association of sadhus. Then and strive to achieve prem by engaging in the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. When Kali Yuga comes, Sri Krishna along with his associates will manifest here for for his Gauranga Leela. So one who chants the holy name of Gauranga will get the mercy of Lord Krishna and will be eligible to reside in Braj. So one who worships Lord Krishna without chanting the holy name of Lord Gauranga will get Krishna after a long time. But one who chants the holy name of Gauranga will attain Shri Krishna immediately, because by chanting the holy name of Gauranga, he will become free from all offenses. So while speaking to the king, Narad Muni, he developed ecstasy and started dancing and chanting the name of Gaur Hari and asking, when will the most blessed Kali Yuga come? And so saying, he left. So just at that moment, the king also developed Krishna Prem and he started to chant and, the name of Gauranga. So he was asking for Krishna Prem from all the Vaishnavas, and so he became free from all the material desires. Now, once when the king was sleeping, he dreamt that Gaur Gadadhar, along with their associates, were dancing in his courtyard. When he woke up, he became very worried and started to cry for Gauranga. Suddenly, he heard a voice saying that he will appear again during the manifested pastimes of Gauranga as Buddhimant Khan. Okay, so King Suvarna came as Buddhimant Khan, an associate of the Lord. After hearing this heavenly voice, the king became pacified and began worshipping Lord Gauranga. Okay, so this was Suvarna Vihar. Apart from this, there is the Narsimha Palli. So Narsimha Palli is the place where Lord Narsimha took rest after having killed Hiranyakashipu. Then there is also a Deva Palli, and this place, all the Devas were worshipping Narsimha Dev. And there is a Mandakini lake close by. In this lake, Narsimha Dev had washed his nails, which were tainted with Hiranyakashipu's blood. Then there is a Harihara Kshetra. So in this Harihara Kshetra, there is a temple, and in that temple there is a deity which is half Lord Shiva and half Lord Vishnu. And there are two other deities. That is Parvati next to in the side of Lord Shiva, and Lakshmi Mata in the side of Lord Vishnu. Okay, then there is a place called Goradaha. Goradaha, it was a village where there was a lake, and in that lake there was a crocodile, and the cows could not go to the lake to get water because of the fear of the crocodile. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived there, during one of his pastimes, and he was chanting, he was dancing and chanting, and when he went near the lake, the crocodile caught his feet and caught his lotus feet, and immediately the crocodile changed into a Dev Shishu and got liberated. So actually the crocodile was a Dev Shishu in the Satyayug, and he was very mischievous. So when Durvasha Muni was sleeping, he had cut the hair of Durvasha Muni. So Durvasha Muni got furious and he cursed him to become a crocodile for 4 yugas, and had said that he would get liberated only after touching the feet of Gauranga in Navati. Okay, so that is the Goradava. There are lots and lots of stories. I hope you people are not getting bored. The next place is the residence of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So we know Bhakti Vinod Thakur is the main Acharya who has revived Vaishnavism, right? So his house name is Swananda Sukhat Kunj is there in this Dweep, and there is the Gaur Gadadhar temple. And in that temple, the deities which were worshipped by Bhakti Vinod Thakur is there. Also, Samadhi of Bhakti Vinod Thakur is there. Okay. Further, there is Bhajan Kutir of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who was the spiritual master of Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. There is the Samadhi Mandir of Krishna Das Babaji, who was the dear servant of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay. Next is a Surabhi Kunj. Surabhi Kunj, we have already discussed. This is the place where Lord Indra came with Surabhi and worshipped Lord Chaitanya to seek pardon for his offense that happened in the Dwapar Yuga. Here, Bhakti Vinod Thakur has started the head office of the Namhatta preaching program. Now, in this dweep, there is also the Bhakti Vedanta Arogya Ashram. This has been established by ISKCON, and there are some beautiful deities of Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, and Shri Gaurnitai. So we finished the 3 of the dweeps. The last one in the east side of Ganga, we come to, that is the Madhya Dweep. So this island is situated on the eastern side of Ganga, and it represents the process of Smarana. That is remembrance of the Lord. So how can we remember the Lord? So we can remember the Lord by hearing about the Lord, preaching about Krishna, reading, every day Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, learning and reciting prayers. So that is how we can remember the Lord. And it is very important to remember the Lord. And so we should recite prayers. Like, for example, Gajendra, when he was caught by the crocodile, he remembered the prayers that he used to recite in the past life. And he started reciting those prayers, and that is how he got liberated. So, reciting prayers is very important. Hmm. So now we come to why is this called Madhyadeep, right? So long ago, the Shapta Rishis, that is the seven sages, were living here, and they engaged in discussing the wonderful pastimes of the Lord. They were meditating upon His unlimited qualities while exploring the Navadvip Dham. So the rishis displayed so much of love and devotion that Gaur Hari, he could not control himself anymore, and he appeared before them appeared before them during midday. So as brilliant as the midday sun. Now, because the Lord appeared at midday, which is Madhyan, so this place is called Madhyadeep. Okay. So the places to visit in Madhyadeep is the Hangsavahan temple. There's a nice story for this. So all of you must have heard of Naimi Sharanya. Naimi Sharanya is situated on the bank of Gomati River. So Naimi Sharanya, whoever is reading the Srimad Bhagavatam must have heard of Naimi Sharanya. So during ancient times, when Kali had become was becoming very powerful. So all the rishis headed by Shaunik Rishi, they were listening to Srimad Bhagavatam from the lotus mouth of Sutta Goswami. So once when the glories of Gauranga was being spoken in Naimisharanya, Lord Shiva desired to come and listen. So he was traveling from Kailash in his bull carrier. Okay, but then he realized that he would be late for the class if he continued this way. So that's why he borrowed the swan carrier from Brahmaji, and he came to this place in order to listen to the Gaur Katha. So there is this Hansa Vahan. At this place, Hansa Vahan, there is a small temple which is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Okay. So apart from this, there is the Brahman Pushkara. Now during Satyayug, there was a Brahmin called Divadas. Now this Divadas, he left his house and started traveling to take darshan of all the holy places. But he had a very strong desire in seeing the Pushkar Tirtha, which is in the western India. But before he could go there, once he came to Navadvip, he got in his dream, someone instructed that he should stay here. So then he started staying in Navadvip and doing his bhajan and all. But then when he became really very old and, he could not walk properly anymore, but then again the desire came to see Pushkar. And so he started crying because he had become so old he could not walk and go there anymore. And then Pushkar Tirth, he is so merciful that he could not bear to see such a great devotee crying, and so then he appeared in the form of a Brahmana in front of Divadas, and he asked Divadas to go and take bath in a nearby pond to get the darshan of the Pushkar Tirth. As soon as he took the bath in the pond, he got the transcendental vision, and he saw Pushkar Tirth right in front of him. Then Pushkar Tirth told him that he has been residing here eternally in Navadvip Dham. So this Navadvip Dham is filled with the holy tirths. So all the tirthas are residing here and they are serving the Dham. Okay. So this is Brahman Pushkar. So next we come to Panchaveni. It's a beautiful place, this Panchaveni. So at this place, the Bhagirathi, the Mandakini, Alakananda, Now, all these rivers, they join with Yamuna and Saraswati river. So there are 5 rivers together. Panchaveni, 5 rivers. That is Bhagirathi, Mandakini, Alakananda. They join with Yamuna and Saraswati rivers, desiring to perform services to the Lord God. So Lord Gaurahari and his associates, they take bath here, purifying the tirthas from all the sins that are left by the people of Kali. So the rishis call this place Mahaprayag, and they perform millions of sacrifices here along with Lord Brahma. This holy spot is also known as Brahma Satra. So then there is the Gomati River and Naimisharanya. I already discussed about this Naimisharanya. So this completes all the 4 dweeps which are in the eastern side of Ganga. So which are the 4? That is, first one we saw talked was Antardweep. Then there was Simantadweep. Then Godrumadweep, and 4th is this Madhyadweep. So these 4 are on the eastern side of Ganga. Now we are coming to the dweeps which are in the western side. Okay. So first we come is to the Kuala-Dev. This island is situated on the western side of the Ganga, and it represents the process of Pada Sevanam. So if you notice, we are following that same order, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. We are just following that Pada Sevanam. We are just following that order only. Now, what are the places to visit in Kola-Dev? So there is a Bhajan Kutir of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Now, who was Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj? He was the spiritual master of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He lived for 44 years, like that. Okay. Then there is this wonderful temple which inspires me the most. So I will talk about this. That is Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu temple. The deity in this temple was worshipped by Srimati Vishnu Priya, wife of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for 80 years. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 24 years old, he decided to take sannyas, and at that time Vishnu Priya was only 16 years old. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to leave, Vishnu Priya was, crying, and the pain of separation was too much for her to tolerate. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told her to pray to the Vigraha, to pray to his Vigraha, and then she would not feel the separation. So it is the same Vigraha which is there in that temple. And Vishnu Priya, for the next 80 years, she would every day, chant, and once she completed one round, she would keep 1 grain of rice in a bowl. Again, when she completed the next round, she would keep another grain. So that way, by the end of the day, whatever rice was collected in that bowl, she would only boil that much rice and have as prasadam. And that is how she lived for 80 years. So that is the sort of severe austerity she performed. And then when she was 96 years old, she merged into this Vigraha. And therefore, if we see the Vigraha, there the nose ring of Vishnu Priya you find in that Vigraha. So that is the Dhameshwar Mahaprabhu temple. And then we also saw there is the Gaur Gadadhar temple at Champahati, and there is Samudragar. So Samudragar is non-different from Dwarkapuri. Both Dwarkapuri and Ganga Sagar exist here. So here there is a story for Samudragar. Yeah. So many years ago, there was this King Samudra Sen. Now, he was a very great devotee of Lord Krishna, and he had a very strong desire to have his darshan. So, when this Bhimsen, he was roaming on earth to become Digvijay, Samudra Sen purposely, he did not accept his supremacy, and he agreed to fight a war with Bhimsen, because he knew that if Bhimsen was in trouble, then Lord Krishna would come to protect him, and that is how he would get a darshan of his Lord. So, and that is what happened when the fight started and Bhimsen was in great trouble. Lord Krishna appeared before, and Lord Krishna appeared before Samudra Sen, and he was not visible to the others. He was visible only to Samudra Sen. So the king was so happy. He offered prayers at the lotus feet of the Lord. And then he also expressed his desire that he wanted to see the Lord in the golden form also. That is as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the Lord appeared before him as Gauranga, and then he disappeared. And after that, the king paid all the taxes and stopped the war with Bhimsen, because his purpose was served. Okay, so that was Samudra god. Uh, okay, that's all in that dweep. So we come to the next one, that is Ritu Dweep. And now these are there are not much stories in these dweeps. Ritu Dweep, this island is again situated in the western side of Ganga, and it represents the process of Archana. Hmm. Now, why is this island called Ritu Dweep? So Ritu means seasons. So all the 6 seasons, that is the rainy season, autumn, then Hemanta, which is early winter, spring, and summer season, live here in the personal form, and they speak to each other with very sweet words. Now, all the seasons, they were aware that Gaur Hari will appear in Navadvip, but they were not aware in which season. So all the seasons, along with the Ritu Raj, that is Vasant, which is the king of all seasons, they started to meditate constantly on the advent of the Lord. So all the seasons worshipped here to fulfill their desire. So that is why this island is known as Ritu Dweep. Okay. Okay. So in this Ritu Dweep, in this Dweep, once Lord Nityanand, he was walking, with all his devotees, and then, chanting, dancing and chanting, and then he suddenly developed, a Mahabhav, and then like fainted. And then all the devotees were, chanting loudly. And then on hearing the name of Gauranga, he woke up, and then he said that that place was Radha Kund. He So that is how he identified that place as Radha Kund in Ritudev, and he pointed the exact location. Now, when we went there also, we saw the place, but the path and all to go till Radha Kund is quite difficult. It is not made properly. But then there is this Bhakti Vedanta Swami Charity Trust, who are planning to develop that place. Okay, so Radha Kund, and this Radha Kund is non-different from the Radha Kund in Vrindavan. And apart from this, there is the birthplace of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and also the residence of his brother Vidya Vachaspati. There are a lot of stories also with all this, but it's not possible to tell all of them. So I've just picked up the important ones. Okay. Okay, so next we come to the uh, so now we come to the 7th island. Okay, that is Janudvi. Now this island is situated on the again western side. We are now dealing with all the ones in the western side of the Ganga. Now it represents the process of Vandana. Now we should recite prayers, and our prayers should include glorification, expressing gratitude, and expressing our desire and seeking forgiveness. So this actually I picked up from one of the kathas, one of the Maharaj was saying, and I really liked it. So I thought we should, remember that when we are reciting prayers, we should include first glorification, then expressing gratitude, then express desire, and then seek forgiveness. Okay. In our devotional service, we should be determined and enthusiastic. Now, Janudip is non-different from Bhadravan, one of the 12 forests of Vraja. Now, the important place that is to visit here is the Janu Muni's ashram. Now, at this place, Janu Muni performed severe austerities. When he performed such severe austerities, that Lord Gauranga appeared in front of him in the golden form. Now, here what Janu Muni used to chant the Gayatri mantra, and the Bhagirathi river was flowing just outside his ashram. Now, once the Janu Muni's Achmani cup and spoon they fell, and they went flowing with the current of the Bhagirathi river. And Janu Muni was furious. And so what he did, he drank up the entire Ganga. So naturally, King Bhagirathi was, very disturbed. So then he started offering prayers. He worshipped Janu Muni. And then when Janu Muni was finally pleased with King Bhagirathi, he cut his thigh and released, and allowed the Ganga to flow out of his body. Since then, the name of Ganga is Jahnavi. Okay, Jahnavi, and she is known to be the daughter of Janu Muni. So Janu means thigh. So this is all in this deep. So in Janu Deep, only Janu Muni's ashram is only the main place to visit. So the next one is Moda Druma Dweep. Moda Druma Dweep. Again, this has got three parts. Moda means pleasure, Druma means tree, and Dweep is island. So why this name we'll come to later. So this island is situated in western side of Ganga, and it represents the process of dasyam. We should always be in the service attitude. Now, Prabhupada said that there was no difference between the white and black tiles on the floor, like Krishna Balaram. So, all services are equal. Like cleaning the floor is same as deity seva. There's no difference. So, the main thing is that we should keep serving. Whatever seva we get, we should do it with a proper attitude. That is dasya. Now, why is the island called Modadruma Dweep? So when Lord Ram was on exile and he traveled from place to place with Sita and Lakshman, he arrived at this place and he felt very happy. He was smiling, and when Sita asked him why he was looking so happy, he told Sita that at the end of Dwapar and towards the beginning of Kali there will be great enjoyment here in Navadvip. Why? Because he said that I will perform wonderful pastimes here and then later take sannyas. I will increase the happiness of devotees in Navadvip by preaching Sankirtan. So while talking in this way, Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman, they all stood in the vast shade of a huge banyan tree. So at this place, everyone's pleasure, that is Moda, was increased, and this incident took place under a tree, that is Druma. So the island is known as Modadruma Dweep. Modadruma is non-different from Bandirvan of Braj. Okay, so the places now to visit Modadruma Dweep are: firstly, there is this is a very nice, nice story here. So there is the Saranga Murari Sripat, that is house. So the house of the Lord is said to be Dham, and house of his associates is said to be Sripat. Okay, so Saranga Murari Sripat. So Saranga Thakur was the gopi named Nandimukhi in Krishna Leela. He used to worship the Supreme Lord in a secluded place on the bank of the Ganga. So there is a there's a temple there which is said to have been established by him only, by Saranga Thakur, in front of which there is a huge bakul tree, which was present even during the time of Saranga Thakur. Now, it had bark on the outside and hollow from inside. So it is said that one day Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he noticed that the tree was dying. So he embraced the tree and immediately it came back to life and there were green leaves and fragrant flowers. Okay. Now this Saranga Thakur, he did not want to accept any disciple, but but repeatedly he was inspired to do so from within by the Supreme Lord. So one morning, he decided that the first person he would meet, he would make him his disciple. So he went to take bath in the river, and there was this dead body of a boy that touched him, you know, and this dead body immediately came back to life, and he accepted him as the disciple. Okay, so the parents of the boy wanted him back, but then the boy wanted to stay with his guru Saranga Thakur, and this boy's name was Murari, and so this Sripat is known as Saranga Murari Sripat. The deity of Gopinath, who was worshipped by Saranga Thakur, is still worshipped here. Okay, there is also the ruins of Vasudev Datta's house. And Vasudev Datta's the deities, which is Madan Gopal deities, they are now worshipped in the Saranga Murari Shripad, and it is managed by the Gauriya Mutt devotees. Okay, then there is the Mamgachi, which is the birthplace of Vrindavan Das Thakur. Now, who was Vrindavan Das Thakur? Vrindavan Das Thakur was the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Huh? Now, he is an incarnation of Vedas, and he was a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu. His mother was Narayani Devi, who was the niece of Srivas Pandit. And his mother had the good fortune to take the remnants of the food of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his own hands. So the deities of Vrindavan Das Thakur is Nitai Gauranga and Jagannath are worshipped here in Mamgachi. Then there is Arkatila, which is non-different from Surya Kund in Vrindavan. So Radha Rani used to go to Surya Kund to pray to Surya Dev along with her gopis, and Krishna also used to go there. So similar thing is there here, and that is the Arkatila. Then we come to Mahatpur, which is also said to be Matapur. Okay, so by the desire of the Lord, when the Pandavas, they were sent to reside in the forest, so they traveled to many places and then they reached Ekachakra. Ekachakra, here Yudhishthir Maharaj, he got a dream in which Lord Balaram appeared and informed him that Krishna would come and do his pastimes in the place called Navadvip. So the Pandavas, they all came to Navadvip. Yudhishthir Maharaj was the greatest among the Mahats, that is great people. Now, because he was staying here, the place is known as Mahat. In this Mahatpur, Shri Gauranga, along with his associates, manifested many wonderful pastimes and great joy. So now we come to the last one, that is the Rudradvip. This island is also situated in the western side of the Ganga, and it represents the process of Sakhyam, being a friend. Now, why is this island called Rudradvip? Now, Sri Rudradev was very happy within his heart, knowing that Gaurachandra would be appearing in Nadia. So he danced ecstatically with wonderful bodily movements. Now, by the weight of Rudra, every step, the earth was shaking. Rudradev forgot himself while chanting the glories of Lord Gauranga. So Lord Gauranga got concerned for him. And so he appeared before him, invisible to others. So he pacified Mahadev by saying that he would appear very soon with his associates and fulfill all his desire. Rudradev was thus pacified and peaceful. Lord Rudra and his associates distributes Gaur Katha here. And he had some pastimes here. And so this place is called Rudradweep. So the Rudradweep, this Rudradweep is a place for all the Rudras. So there were 11 of them who gathered to sing and glorify Lord Gauranga. And the chief is Lohita, the chief of the Rudras. They dance here. Now, the places to visit in Rudradweep are so one is Shankarpura. So we all know Shankaracharya was the partial expansion of Lord Rudra. Now, though internally he was a great Vaishnava, but externally he was a Advaitvadi, that is follower of monism. And he was preaching monism in all directions. Now, when he reached here, then Sri Gaura Chandra, he appeared in his dream and instructed him to leave Nadia immediately, as there was no opportunity to preach this monism philosophy in his Dham. Thus, Sankaracharya, being a great devotee at heart and understanding that the Navadvip Tattva through his dream, left for other countries. Now here also there are the ruins of Sachimata's house, and there is a temple of Madan Gopal. It's very beautiful. The deity is very beautiful, and it is worshipped by Nilambar Chakravarti and Sachimata. Okay, and lastly there is the Niday Ghat. You know what Niday means? Niday means one who has got no mercy, merciless. So why is this place called Niday Ghat? Because this is where Lord Chaitanya crossed the river Ganga on his way to Katwa to take sannyas. So, when Lord Chaitanya was going to take sannyas, he had not informed about his intention to anyone except a very few close people. So then, when he was leaving, everyone was like really heartbroken, and so this ghat was named Nidaya, meaning merciless, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his mother, alone, because his elder brother had taken sannyas before only. So she had only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he also left Vishnu Priya, who was just 16 years old, and all the villagers who were so fond of him. So that is how this place is called Nidai Ghat. So that is all I had to say. I think I've covered all the 9 islands which we have visited. Now, just to talk about the parikrama, it was organized by ISKCON Mayapur, and during that month of February, and they had organized it very nicely. We were about 14,000 devotees from all over the world. People had come, and they had arranged it so nicely that we never could feel that the crowd or anything. They had formed a few groups, like we were in the international group, then there was that Hindi group, the Bengali group, so like that 5-6 groups were there, and I think they used to send each group in different direction, because otherwise if 14,000 people would go to one place, they could, it wouldn't be possible to manage. And then in the parikrama, what used to happen is we used to start walking from say 6 in the morning, and we would walk and reach a place around 9:30, 10, and then we would be served very nice, sumptuous breakfast, prashadam. And then there would be a lot of katha. Mainly the kathas would be related to the place we are visiting, and very nice dramas which used to be organized. I don't remember the Prabhuji's name, but he was just excellent. And so even the dramas, like there was this drama on this Chand Kazi, excellent. And they used to, prepare it within, I think, half an hour or so. but the quality of the drama was excellent, and it helped us to remember the things better, because just by hearing a katha you don't remember much. I'm sure by the end of it, whatever I've said, I don't know, maybe 10% maybe you all will remember. But when we watch a drama, you remember the pictures. In that case, what happens is our retention increases. So so there were a lot of dramas and this, and then again there would be I think they used to serve lunch also at 4 o'clock, like that. And they had put up tents for people to stay. So there was this option: either you can stay in the tent or you can stay in Mayapur also. So they had these shuttle buses. So we availed of the shuttle buses because we were staying in Mayapur. We could not stay in the tent. So these shuttle buses would start from Mayapur temple at 4:30 in the morning and would take us to the place where we had last, stopped the previous evening. Okay. And so we would reach by 5:30 in the morning, and 6 o'clock we would start walking. And once the parikrama was completed for the day, again those buses would pick us up from there and bring us back to Mayapur, wherever we are in Mayapur temple. So this is the shuttle facility which we availed of, and we found that very useful. And I mean, there was no problem. It was very comfortable, and we could walk all the it was walk was not much. It was like 10 to 15 kilometers mostly every day. But everything was very manageable and everything was very good. And the prasad was excellent, and the katha and dramas were excellent. So, I mean, a very, very satisfying parikrama we had. That I can say. So I think that's all. I have spoken for a very long time, and if you all have any questions, I hope I have been able to create the desire in you to visit the Navadvip Dham. If
Yes.
so, if I have been able to do that, then my katha is successful, because everyone should visit the Navadvip Dham and get purified. Yeah, so that's all.
We will say three times Hari Bol for Shashwati Mataji.
Hari
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 Bol,
Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Srila
Yes.
Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
His Rupa Vilas Prabhupada ki